From the moment I called until the moment I got my benefits, they were with me every step of the way.
I couldn't have done it without them.
If you've been denied your Social Security disability benefits, tell them you mean business. Call on the Hurt Line, the law offices of Mark T. Hurt, right here in the Tri-Cities.
A man in Marion, Virginia was arrested and charged with child sex crimes. It's our top story on this Thursday night. Thanks for joining us. I'm Casey Marler.
And I'm Sarah Diamond. Those charges stem from a time when he was a Smith County substitute teacher. 50-year-old Robert Nolan Wolf is charged with 2 counts of abduction of a minor, 2 counts of indecent liberties with a child, 3 counts of carnal knowledge, and 2 counts of forcible sodomy. News Channel 11's Brooke Kendall took a deeper look into Wolf's engagement with his community.
The chief of police here in Marion tells me more than 30 people have come forward to give information in the case against Robert Nolan Wolf. Wolf, a 50-year-old former substitute teacher with Smith County Schools and operator of a warming center with Antioch Greater Love Ministries, was arrested on Tuesday and is facing a total of 9 counts of child sex abuse charges.
The charges are, we have 2 counts of abduction of a minor, 2 counts of indecent liberties with a child, 3 counts of carnal knowledge, and 2 counts of forcible sodomy.
Kevin Testerman, chief of police, says Wolf formerly taught at Marion Middle and High School as a choir director. Brad Haga, the superintendent with Smith County Public Schools, gave a statement to News Channel 11, where he states, quote, "We are deeply saddened by the allegations in the Wolf indictment and concerned for the alleged victims. The indictment is the first time the division has been made aware of any allegations regarding Mr. Wolf. This particular former employee stopped serving as a substitute teacher for the division in 2010. The safety and well-being of every child is a critically important job of any school system. For Smith County Schools, both sexual harassment / Title IX and protective services / mandated reporting are on the yearly required in-service list for all employees," end quote. Testerman says he predicts more victims to come forward, and he encourages them to contact the police department.
The officers have done a good job in investigating it to be able to build a case, and I hope if there's any more victims out there, I hope they do come forward.
Wolf is currently being held at the Southwest Virginia Regional Jail without bond. There has not been a hearing date set yet. In Marion, Virginia, Brooke Kendall, News Channel 11.
Investigators are still looking for people with information or personal experience to come forward. If you have any information about Wolf's alleged crimes, you can reach out to authorities. We have that number right there on your screen.
Breaking into our newsroom tonight, we're learning more about a Smith County, Virginia man charged with several felonies following allegations of child sexual abuse that authorities say happened in 2007 and 2008. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniel breaks down new documents released about the case. Ansley?
Yeah, Casey, what initially started as an investigation into the breakup of a homeless encampment back in October of last year ended with an investigation into sexual abuse claims against Robert Nolan Wolf, who runs a warming shelter. We told you back in October that an encampment along the Marion River Walk was being dispersed. As part of that initial investigation, the special grand jury uncovered more than what they initially set out to. The special grand jury met 4 different times and heard from more than 30 witnesses that had what they call compelling, consistent, and profoundly disturbing testimony and evidence before charges were brought against Wolf. The report says that Wolf operates Antioch Greater Love Ministries. Wolf told News Channel 11 at the time that he was offering resources to those who were displaced. Throughout the course of the investigation into the encampment, evidence was revealed that showed those and residents of this so-called warming shelter were solicited for, quote, conduct by Wolf. That group was also shown evidence, though, that almost 19 years ago, when Wolf was a substitute teacher for Smith County Schools, that he identified, groomed, and sexually abused multiple minor boys. The report says the conduct was not isolated or accidental, but, quote, reflected a predatory misuse of institutional access and community trust. Now, Wolf is charged with 2 counts of abduction of a minor, 2 counts of indecent liberties with a child, 3 counts of carnal knowledge, and 2 counts of forcible sodomy. Those camping near the Marion Riverwalk were not charged and left their campsites. However, the special grand jury did suggest that the Department of Social Services and county and town leaders create a committee to assess and evaluate the needs of those experiencing homelessness. The group also recommended the Department of Social Services and Child Protective Services provide educational resources on sexual exploitation and grooming to school counselors on a yearly basis.
Check this out. This is how I can afford this Jeep Wrangler.
I was paying $243 for my brand new Jeep for insurance coverage. You can see the breakdown right here. And now I'm going to show you what I pay thanks to Simplify. Bam, $95. That's almost 2.5 times. That is 2.5 times less. And if you can see right here, there's the breakdown. $89.34, $566 fees for a total of $95. You probably don't believe me that it's the same car, but you can see it right here. Is the coverage the same? Absolutely. Comprehensive 500, comprehensive 500, collision 1000. Collision 1000, additional equipment 1000, additional equipment 1000. So I have the same exact coverage, but I'm paying 2.5 times less and almost $1,700 less per year. That's $1,700 that I could be spending my money elsewhere. And you guys, this is so easy to do. It's just filling out basic information on your phone.
Just enter your zip code. It's going to ask me for my vehicle information, Jeep, Wrangler, and it's owned. And look, guys, this is so easy. It only takes 2 minutes and it's totally free to get a quote. You just literally fill it out and it's all done for you. You have to check this out.
We have an update tonight following a bill signed by Governor Abigail Spanberger last week. Newly signed legislation makes it a crime for anyone to import, sell, manufacture, transfer, or purchase an assault firearm as defined in the bill, with some exceptions, though. Additionally, it would be illegal to import, sell, barter, transfer, or purchase a magazine capable of holding more than 15 rounds of ammunition, with some exceptions as well. Smith County Commonwealth's attorney, Philip Levins Jr., shared the following statement today, saying in part, "As Commonwealth's attorney, I took an oath to uphold both the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Virginia. That oath requires more than mechanical enforcement of statutes. I must exercise prosecutorial discretion, constitutional judgment, and fidelity to the rule of law. As such, my office will not support criminal charges resulting solely from technical violations of the unconstitutional assault weapon ban." For the full statement and information about the new bill, just head on over to our website, WJHL.com. A bill signed by Governor Abigail Spanberger last week. Newly signed legislation that makes it a crime for anyone to import, sell, manufacture, transfer, or purchase an assault firearm as defined in the bill, with some exceptions. Additionally, it would be illegal to import, sell, barter, transfer, or purchase a magazine capable of holding more than 15 rounds of ammunition, with some exceptions as well. Smith County Commonwealth's attorney, Philip Levins Jr., shared the following statement today, saying in part, "As Commonwealth's attorney, I took an oath to uphold both the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Virginia. That oath requires more than mechanical enforcement of statutes, and I must exercise prosecutorial discretion, constitutional judgment, and fidelity to the rule of law. As such, my office will not support criminal charges resulting solely from technical violations of the unconstitutional assault weapon ban." For the full statement and information about the new bill, just head on over to our website, WJHL.com.
Protected by state law, this is an easy way to leave $40,000 for your loved ones.
A regional director at the Social Security Administration is raising concerns over what's being called the $255 funeral crisis. That's the one-time payment most families receive after losing a loved one, an amount that hasn't changed in decades, even as funeral costs have climbed past $9,000. In a recent interview, the director noted that final expense coverage is one of the few types of life insurance that can pay out without delay and is protected under law. If you're a parent, if you've got children or grandchildren who count on you, this message is for you. Because when your time comes, the last thing you want is for your family to be left with the bill. With a state-regulated final expense plan, you can leave behind up to $40,000 tax-free to cover funeral costs, medical bills, or simply as a gift for the people you love most. The best part? No medical exam. Rates that never go up. Coverage that starts right away.
I've lived through it myself. When my mom passed, there was no plan, no savings, just a stack of bills nobody knew how to pay. My sister cried through the service and then cried again when the invoice landed in her hands. We were already grieving, and now we had to figure out how to come up with thousands of dollars in just days. No family should ever have to go through that. That's exactly why these state-approved plans exist. They're designed to take the burden off your family. So when the time comes, they don't have to worry about money. No price hikes ever. Benefits locked in for life. Payments made quickly when your family needs it most. This isn't a loan, it's not a handout. These are state-regulated life insurance plans approved to help cover final expenses and protect the people you care about. For many, the cost is less than a cup of coffee a day. And once you're covered, your price and your benefits can never be taken away. You're not alone. Thousands of families have already taken advantage of these plans. Some use it to cover funeral costs. Others pass it down as a tax-free gift to their children or grandchildren. We've seen people approved in minutes, even with health conditions, leaving behind $10,000, $25,000, even $40,000 for their loved ones. Call the number on your screen right now to check your eligibility. It's free, it only takes 2 minutes, and availability depends on your state. Don't wait. Every day without coverage is a day your family stays unprotected. Don't leave them with a bill. Leave them peace of mind, the one final gift they'll never forget.
Rates never go up. Coverage can start right away. Act now. Check your eligibility today.
Caesar Milan, turn your dog into a super ager. Sardines.
9.
Bone broth.
10.
Raw eggs blended with the shells.
9.
Turmeric.
7, if you can get your dog to eat it.
Cucumbers.
8.
Blueberries.
9.
Avocados.
8.
Bananas.
7.
What about feeding your dog only once a day?
9. That's actually a proven dog longevity tip. It's just a fact. Dogs have a shortened lifespan than humans. That's why every little thing we do matters. The food we give them, the food we don't. If you want your dog's prime years to last as long as possible, here's my #1 recommendation. How does a dog tell you when something's wrong? Maybe they chew their paws or eat grass. They might start slowing down on walks or stop jumping to greet you when you walk in the door. Maybe their poop is suddenly mushy or their breath especially bad. Sometimes a dog just stops acting like themselves. If you notice any of these things happening with your dog, you are not alone. And it doesn't take a dog whisper to understand what your dog is telling you. They need help. Well, I learned that it's something our dogs are eating every day that could be chipping away at their health, making them feel old and worn out long before their time. But I also discovered that it's something simple you can do right now to help. After working with thousands of dogs and some of the best canine health experts on the planet, I learned that you can turn a dog's health around. Actually, you can turn the whole life around with 2 easy steps. 1, add a few simple foods their bodies crave, but dogs rarely get. And 2, avoid certain foods that can slowly damage a dog's body. Hi, I'm Caesar Milan. You may know me from my TV shows like Dog Whisper, Caesar 911, or Better Human, Better Dog. I love those shows, but most of my work with dogs happens behind the scenes at my magical ranch, the Dog Psychology Center. For more than 30 years, I've been rescuing and rehabilitating dogs. Dogs that people don't want or can't handle. At my ranch, these dogs get the best care, world-class training, and everything they need to become the right pet for the right family. For a few dogs, it turns out I am the right family, like Chewy here, or Sophia, who was left homeless after a hurricane, and now she's the heart and soul of my entire pack. People think I save dogs, but the truth is the other way around. Dogs save me. Honestly, I believe the reason I was born is to help dogs. And that's why I make this video. It's my quick and easy guide to giving your dog exactly what they need, with a list of some of the very best and worst food for dogs, including 3 simple things most people have in their kitchen, but they just don't think about giving it to their dog. And 1 food a dog was just not meant to eat. Understanding dog psychology comes pretty easy for me, but there are other things about dogs that I had to learn the hard way. The hardest lesson of all came when Daddy, my TV co-star and dog of my life, got cancer. I took him to one vet after another, but they all say the same thing. Sorry, Caesar, there is nothing we can do. I felt hopeless until I found Dr. Marty Goldstein, one of the best holistic veterinarians in the world.
I invited the man I trust with my dogs, Dr. Marty Goldstein.
I have seen news stories showing Dr. Marty saving dogs with serious health problems. Even dogs other vets say should be put to sleep. They call them Marty's miracles. Under Dr. Marty's program, something amazing happened to Daddy. He got better. and he lived 6 more incredible years. Daddy was 16 when he died. For a pit bull with cancer, I think 16 counts as a miracle. Before Daddy, I never heard of a dog with cancer. Then I learned that it's actually an epidemic. In the US, cancer strikes 1 in every 3 dogs. And here's something else I found out. Modern dogs are dying younger than they did in the past. Some breeds that used to live to 17 now barely make it to 10. If you're like me, you're wondering why this is happening and how you can help your dog beat the odds. Fortunately, I discovered there is a way. It might sound crazy, but it comes down to this: what you feed them and what you don't. First, my do feed foods. Here are my top foods for dog longevity. The first longevity food takes care of a dog's teeth. Cranberries. Most people know cranberries for treating bladder infections. These little red berries work the same way in both humans and dogs. They stop bacteria from clinging to the bladder wall. Cranberries can do the same thing for your dog's mouth because they can make it hard for bacteria to stick to a dog's teeth and gums. I know firsthand how bad teeth can ruin a good dog. I remember one family who was ready to give up their Chihuahua because he started attacking their grandmother. When I began working with him, I noticed that this little guy seemed to be in pain. So I took him to the vet, and it turned out his whole mouth was full of rotten teeth. He didn't need a behaviorist, he needed a dentist. As soon as the dog's pain was gone, so was his aggression. Dental health isn't just about avoiding pain or cavities. Clean teeth can actually add years to a dog's life. In fact, a study of more than 2 million dogs found the pups who receive regular dental cleanings live up to 2 years longer. If you ever try brushing your dog's teeth, you know it's not easy. That's where cranberries can help. The berries prevent plaque and tartar buildup, so your dog's teeth stay clean naturally. Just a few fresh or frozen cranberries after meals can go a long way in protecting your dog's teeth and promoting their longevity. The next longevity food rejuvenates your dog's gut: apples. Keeping their gut healthy is one of the most important things you can do for a dog because their gut affects every aspect of their health. Billions of bacteria make their home inside a dog's gut, some good, some bad, and things can easily get out of whack, causing chaos in your dog's body. Here's one way to tell when bad bacteria has taken over. You can smell it. Stinky gas, loose stools, foul breath, all signs that your dog's gut needs help. That's where apples come to the rescue. They're full of natural compounds that feed the good microbes and keep the bad ones in check. With a balanced gut, your dog's entire body runs better. Their digestion, energy level, even their mood. To get the benefits of apples, slice them up, but leave the skin on. That's what most of the good stuff is. If you have heard that apple seeds are toxic to dogs, it is true, but only in gigantic amounts. Your dog will have to eat hundreds of whole apples for the seeds to cause harm. Now for the number one dog food to ditch, one that can do a lot of damage to dogs over time: kibble. Even the kind with the best ingredients. I know that's hard to believe because kibble is the most common dog food in the world. I fed my own dog's kibble for years. Same with everyone else I know. But when my dog Daddy got cancer and Dr. Marty blamed it on the kibble, I needed to understand what was the problem with dry dog food. So I did my own research and called on my network of canine health experts to get the facts. Now I want to share what I learned so you can make the best decision for your dog. So why is kibble so bad for dogs? It's not the ingredients, it's the heat. To make kibble last longer on the shelf, pet food companies blast it with extreme heat. These high temperatures create chemical byproducts called AGEs. AGEs make the food smell and taste great, but when they build up inside a dog's body, they can cause serious damage. Things like stiff joints, itchy skin, low energy, gut issues, and many other nasty health problems. Even worse, AGEs are linked to the number one cause of death for dogs: cancer. Humans get AGEs too, in food like burnt toast or charred steak. But most dogs eat the same food every single day, week after week, year after year. So our pets get 100 times more of these harmful compounds than humans do. Here's another problem with extreme heat. It destroys a lot of the natural vitamins and nutrients in the food. So pet companies have to add them back in by spraying kibble with lab-made synthetic vitamins. But these lab-made vitamins are not easily absorbed. which means your dog's body struggles to actually use them. So even though they are eating food every day, they're being slowly starved of the real nutrients they need to thrive. Plus, most synthetic vitamins are made in foreign factories. And after all the news stories about contaminated pet food, I don't feel good feeding that stuff to any of my dogs. I had to find a different food for my pack. So I decided to start feeding them what Dr. Marty called his long life recipe for dogs. He said it was simple. It was something like take a pound of turkey, 1 salmon fillet, 1 turkey heart, a quarter pound of beef liver, a large sweet potato, 2 eggs, 1 chopped apple, and 1 cup of blueberries, a half a cup of cranberries, 8 leaves of spinach, and a tablespoon of flaxseed. Then Dr. Marty gave me a bunch of rules for his recipe. Number 1, all ingredients must be raw because that's how dogs eat in the wild. Number 2, don't skip organ meats because organ meats are the most nutrient-rich part of an animal. It is true, when wild dogs make a kill, the leader of the pack gets first choice, and they always go for the organs. And finally, measure every ingredient exactly. That's the only way to be sure your dog gets a complete balanced meal. The long life recipe was definitely not simple. Plus, making it took all afternoon. But when I finally fed it to my dogs, the results were incredible. After just a few weeks, my senior dog Alfie was moving around like a champion. No signs of stiff joints. Kimchi had so much energy. He was practically sprinting on his daily walk. Sophia's coat became super thick and silky, and all of their poops were so easy to pick up. Every one of my dogs seemed happier and all around more vital. Good girl! The recipe did the same thing for Dr. Marty's dogs. His golden retriever Daniel lived to 19 and a half years old. That's pretty impressive for any dog, but especially for a golden because they are one of the breeds that are dying earlier than they used to. Every dog who got the food improved, no matter their age, no matter the ailment. And Dr. Marty explained why. Each part of the body was finally getting exactly what it needed. If you ask me, our dogs are a living proof that swapping kibble with the long life recipe actually works. Yes! But there was just one problem with Dr. Marty's homemade food. Making it from scratch was so much work. Hours spent shopping, planning, prepping, slicing, measuring. Let's be honest, most people can't spend that much time making their dog's food. We have an entire team at my ranch, and still, it was a lot of work. But I remember Dr. Marty's warning, the way most commercial pet food is made with extreme heat is a big reason why so many dogs are dying before their time. So I saw no other choice. Until the day Dr. Marty called and said he discovered a new way of making food for dogs, freeze-dried technology. He called it the biggest breakthrough in canine health in his lifetime. With freeze-drying, Dr. Marty could take all the superpower of raw food and turn it into dry nuggets. So now giving your dog fresh food could be as easy and convenient as kibble. I learned how it works. To freeze-dry food, Dr. Marty uses vacuum pressure and evaporation. There is no high heat at all. And no heat means no harmful byproducts. So none of those dangerous AGEs Dr. Marty has been warning the world about for decades. Plus, with freeze-drying, the food stays raw, which means you don't lose any of the longevity-boosting power of the whole ingredients. Now, feeding my dogs only takes minutes a day, and every member of my pack loves the taste. The best part is, they're healthier than ever. Dr. Marty called this revolutionary food Nature's Blend, and he chose each ingredient inside this bag specifically for the dog's long life and good health. Nature's Blend contains 7 all-important raw proteins: turkey, beef, salmon, duck, and nutrient-rich organ meats. These proteins are the building blocks of virtually every part of a healthy dog. High-quality raw protein, just like dogs eat in the wild. Next, Dr. Marty added 9 health-enhancing fruits and vegetables, including blueberries and cranberries for the anti-aging benefits, carrots and sweet potatoes for good vision, and broccoli, kale, and spinach for whole body health, because dark leafy greens are some of the best disease-fighting, longevity-promoting foods on the planet. Then there are the extras, ingredients not found in most store-bought pet foods. Not even in premium brands. Nature's Blend has pumpkin seeds for weight control, ginger for easy digestion, and flaxseed to help soothe achy joints, plus a lot more. Basically, anything your dog needs to maximize their well-being, Nature's Blend has it. It all happens at Dr. Marty's cutting-edge commercial kitchen in Wisconsin. That's where all of the proteins, the nutrient-rich organs, the superfruits, the leafy greens are blended together in small batches. Then they're placed into state-of-the-art freeze dryers. The result? Clean, dry, tasty bites. Each nugget packed with the raw power of fresh, wholesome ingredients. Nothing is destroyed by high heat. It's like the opposite of kibble. Dr. Marty sent me a batch to try, and it was so easy. Wait until you see. Just open a bag and scoop it into your dog's bowl, and you're done. My entire pack loves it, even the picky eaters, and that is Benson. In fact, Dr. Marty's team hired independent researchers to do a taste test. Dogs were given a choice between Nature's Blend and the most expensive and best-selling kibble on the market. The result, 29 out of 30 dogs chose Nature's Blend. More proof that Nature's Blend is delicious, but there was one problem: the price. When Dr. Marty told me a bag of his dog food will cost nearly $100, I was stunned. Dr. Marty was devastated. His dream was to help all the dogs in America live their longest lives, not just the top 1%. So he did something astonishing. He built his own commercial pet food kitchen from scratch. This meant Dr. Marty could now guarantee the quality, nutrition, and safety of every single ingredient. Plus, it meant Dr. Marty no longer had to pay someone else to make Nature's Blend. By eliminating the middleman, he could now pass on huge savings to pet parents. With his own kitchen, Dr. Marty was able to bring the price of a bag of Nature's Blend down from $100 to around $60, which isn't bad. I would have paid that to give my dogs long, healthy lives, but frankly, it was still a lot of money. Now, you might think, since I am on TV, money wouldn't be an issue. But the truth is, my ranch runs on a very tight budget. We care for dozens of dogs every day, and it takes a small team to keep everything running smoothly. So there is no room to waste money. Every dollar saved means we can help another dog. Even if you only have one dog to feed, $60 a bag is a lot. Dr. Marty really wanted his food to be affordable for as many people as possible. So he kept working on ways to get the price even lower. And he found a big one by cutting out yet another middleman and selling Nature's Blend directly to customers. So if you order right now through this video presentation, you're not going to have to pay anything close to $100 or even $60. Here is Dr. Marty's special online-only deal. If you buy right now through this presentation, you can get a full 16-ounce bag of Nature's Blend for just $30.95, but only if you order through this video. You will never see this price for Nature's Blend in stores. Once this window closes, Nature's Blend will only be available on Dr. Marty's website for the regular price of $59.95. With this amazing deal, you instantly save almost $30 a bag. I know it is still more expensive than kibble or canned food, but we want as many dogs as possible to get the benefits of Nature's Blend. And there is a way to do that. Use Dr. Marty's food as a topper. If you have a big dog, for example, order just a few bags. Even sprinkling a little Nature's Blend on top of your dog's current food can make a big difference in their health. That way, your dog still gets Dr. Marty's essential combination of proteins, greens, prebiotics, and other super healthy foods in their diet every day. You should see the letters that Dr. Marty gets. Thousands of pet parents raving about how much their dogs love this food and how the longer they eat Nature's Blend, the healthier and happier they become. As of today, hundreds of thousands of dogs across the country have joined the Nature's Blend family. To feed this growing family, Dr. Marty expanded his kitchen. Today, it is 3 times bigger than when he first started. A larger kitchen means Dr. Marty can offer even bigger discounts on larger orders. Great news for pet parents who choose the 3 and 6 bag options. When you order 3 bags, you can save more than $90 and almost $190 when you order 6 bags. The 6-pack option is not only the best deal, but it's also perfect for stocking up, especially for anyone who worries they will run out of food for their dog. Feeding your dog Nature's Blend is easy and literally takes seconds a day. Unlike home delivered prepared meals, Nature's Blend does not need to be refrigerated. And unlike wet food in plastic pouches, Nature's Blend is not messy or leaky. Plus, refrigerated pet food can spoil in a matter of days and often ends up in the garbage. Thanks to Dr. Marty's freeze drying process, your bags of Nature's Blend actually stay fresh for an entire year. If you're committed to your dog's health and longevity, Dr. Marty's team put together a special subscribe and save program. When you sign up, you save even more. And your Nature's Blend gets delivered to your home automatically every month. There is no commitment and you can cancel at any time. Another great thing about subscribing is your order is filled first, no matter how many others are in line. Plus, you lock in your low price for every shipment going forward. I've been feeding my dogs Dr. Marty's food for years because it works. They have better energy, better digestion, better breath, and the best poops you have ever seen. We're so sure your dog will see the same benefits from this food that every bag of Nature's Blend comes with 90-day money-back guarantee. Dr. Marty calls it, your dog is healthier or is free. This guarantee means if your dog doesn't love this food or you don't see real improvements in their health, just send it back and you will get a full refund, even if it's only the empty bags. No questions asked, no hard feelings. That's how confident we are about what this food will do for your dog. So tap the button below and get started. After you order, we'll send you an email. And when you start seeing positive changes, we want you to email a picture of your pup because we love to see all the good this food is doing, one dog at a time. Vibrant health and emotional well-being is the birthright of every dog, but they need their humans to help. And one way is by feeding them the food that we're born to eat. And that is Nature's Blend. So tap the button below to get started right now. I am Cesar Milan. Join me and my pack and let's celebrate your dog's best life. Yeah!
Good evening. Police are hunting a thug who assaulted an elderly school crossing guard in Rossmoyne this morning.
The shocking and unprovoked attack happened when he was packing up from his shift, helping kids cross the road.
Assaulted and robbed at 9 a.m. 87 years old. Traffic warden Colin shoved to the ground on 3rd Avenue in Rossmoyne. His hat and whistle stolen. With a nasty cut to his head, he was helped by nearby workers, as the young attacker fled in a black Toyota Prado.
I was shocked. He's one of the nicest people and always got a smile on his face.
Colin had been packing up after his daily shift at Rossmoyne Primary School.
I was in shock.
Yeah.
So sad for Colin. I hope he's okay. Yeah. He's a very good man.
Yeah.
We love him.
I wish him quick recovery.
Get well soon, Colin. We miss you. Take 3 of them to do your job.
Teachers forced to fill in this afternoon, and a volunteer parent armed with Perth Scorchers flags.
Our kids all have Scorchers flags. They're mad Scorchers cricket fans. And I just thought it would just be a little bit of a helping hand. It's really terrible. We love Colin. He's been here for years.
This morning's alleged assault comes at a time where WA police are trying to undertake a recruitment blitz with a massive shortage of traffic wardens around Perth.
It's such a great job that they do, and we're so thankful that they're here to help our kids, cross the road.
Really hoping that the community steps up, with any information that they have or anything that they may have seen.
Investigators want to hear from anyone who saw what happened or who might have dashcam vision of the Prado or the alleged assailant. Colin, given a check over in hospital, reportedly doing okay. James Carmody, 7 News.